welcome to the book lounge. It's nice to see you too. I know we've talked on the phone a little bit, and so it's very nice to meet you in person. Thank you. So, is this your first time at the book lounge? Great. Well, we're very excited to see you here. Yes, we've been around for about 5 years, so still young. But just to give you an idea of what we do, we curate our collection of rare books, mostly collectible and art books, and then we let people sort of enjoy them in a very homey kind of setting. So that's why we will keep it fairly quiet today, if you don't mind. Great. And I understand you're looking for a present? Okay. Yeah, I definitely think we can help you find something unique and meaningful. So I think you've come to the right place. I was wondering, before I make some suggestions and show you some things, if you might want to give me some information about the person you'll be giving the gift to. Yeah. Very basic, really anything you can think of. Okay. Sure. Okay. So he's a designer. What kind of design? Oh. I think it's very exciting, actually. Yeah. Well, design is where art and life really come together. Okay. And, what kind of things does he like to do in his free time? Okay. Running and jogging. Me neither. I prefer, sitting around. Exactly. But he's very athletic. Okay. Alright, so lots of adventures. Hiking. Diving. That's all good information. Dogs. He has dogs. And how many? 3. Wow. It's a handful, huh? He's pretty into the dog park, and sounds like a really great guy. How long have you been friends for? Since high school. Okay. So you went all through school together then. That's a pretty wonderful thing, isn't it? Yeah. I still do too. I still have many friends from childhood, so. Okay. So we know he's athletic. We know he's into design. Now, one of the things we specialize in is looking for books for certain fandoms or followings of different movies and video games and art styles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you want to tell me about any movies or TV shows or okay. Alien? Oh, cool. Okay. So the whole Aliens franchise. so much Prometheus, okay? And just sci-fi in general? Okay. And horror. I have a very good idea for that. Very good. So, let me make a note about that. Okay. How about TV shows? Okay. Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. Mad Men? Yeah. Okay, that gives me another idea. Yeah. I'm full of them. Okay. And let me think. Well, anything else that you think might be helpful? Okay. So kind of into just peculiarities and curiosities. Okay. That sounds great. Okay. I have an idea that strikes me. Is he interested in satire and... Yeah. Okay. Good. I have an idea. It might be silly, but you can tell me, okay? Okay. So I'll make a note of that one too. You seem to know him very well, don't you? Yeah. Okay. Anything else you can think of? Okay. So, Japanese culture and all of the kind. Yeah. Like, more like manga and anime or... Yeah. Okay. So maybe even finer arts. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is all such good information. I wish everyone who came in had this many ideas. Yeah. No, it's very helpful. You're doing great. So, okay. Okay. And that gives me a lot to go on. Yeah. Music. Okay, so he does do some design for like record labels, and that is so cool to me. Yeah. Okay. So. Got it. Okay. And that gives me plenty of ideas. And one more I'm gonna throw in. I have one more idea for something that's kind of out there, so you can tell me. But let's see. I think it might be kind of cool too. Is he into any comics or? He is. Oh, good. Good. Okay. I have plenty of ideas then. I am going to look for these. I think we have all of these books. Let's see. This should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, I've got some ideas. So I'm gonna look around for them. They actually should all be in here on the shelves, but it might take me just a moment. Can I get you anything to drink or anything while I get those? Okay, great. Okay, well, just give me a few minutes. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Let's see. I think... Okay. First one I'm thinking of should be in this pile. Let's see. Here's the one for the aliens. Okay. I think this is the one I was thinking about. Everything's buried at the bottom, of course. Okay, here's that first one. Okay, so I was just gonna show you. This is the book on Giger and Alien. Do you think something like that would be cool? Yeah? Okay, great. Yep. Okay, so I'll put this one here. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, the other one I was thinking should be... Right. And this one is pretty cool. It's Mad Men. Yeah, and it's got these really cool illustrations. So I think you might like it. Okay. I'll put that one down. Okay. Now this one is a bit odd. This one might seem like a strange choice, but I think your friend might like it. Yeah. Okay. Let me just see. No. Ah, there you are. Hiding from me under everything. Okay. This is another one I think you'll like a lot. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you can tell me if there's anything that you don't think will be a good fit. Just let me know, okay? Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. The last two. Okay. Now, this one is it's by an artist named Amano. Do you know? Yes, he did. Vampire Hunter D and like Final Fantasy. Do you think you might be interested? You think you'd like it a lot? Okay, great. I'll add that to the pile. And okay, and this is the last one. But I'll save this one as a surprise for last, okay? Okay. So I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna set this one right over here for now, okay? Because it's a little bit different. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it has cats, and it has some. Yeah, it has like a built-in bustle, so that it has extra volume. Yeah, it's pretty silly, but I like anything with kittens on it. So, yeah. Okay. So, let's get serious. Okay. So, let me just see. Yeah, we got special surprise. Okay, so put them here. Okay. Now, so let's start with, since you seemed excited, this is our mono book, okay? And this features all kinds of art from different stages in his career, right? So you can kind of see on the back that his art style is very ornate. It's quite, it almost has this Rococo aesthetic to it. Lots of gold, lots of patterning, lots of florals, and lots of movement, which is why it's why Amano is such a natural fit to do inspirational art for so many video games and comic series and things. So this one has all kinds of art, but it's extremely rare. Yeah, this is one of our rare books, as you can see. So I can't actually take it out of the plastic unless you're pretty serious about buying it. So that's something that you're welcome to look through after we look through everything else, if you decide this is the one you think you're interested in. But I think your friend would like it a lot, okay? Yeah, you can see they're all full color, and they have, it ranges from early in his career in the, I think the late 60s to my favorites, which are pretty much all in the 90s, the late 90s, especially the art he did for like Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 6. They're really beautiful, and you'll notice a lot of collision between lush details and very sort of robotic and cold surfaces. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside for now. Yeah. Right. It's a treasure, definitely. Yeah. Okay. So, I'll set this one aside for you. Okay. Now this one is one of my favorites. I actually own a copy of this. You mentioned your friend was into music and album art. And this is the sort of graphic album of the complete history of factory records. If you don't know much about factory records, it was started as an alternative to a lot of the record labels out there at the time. This was around the time of the beginnings of post-punk and certain kinds of house music and certain kinds of industrial electronic music. And this book is just a really, really, really excellent graphic and visual telling of the story of that label. And it has basically all of the cover work. So, some of the more famous artists who were assigned to your factory were Joy Division. Yes, yes, a lot of people have heard of them. And eventually they became and still are New Order today. Yeah. Yeah, the label was started by a music journalist named Tony Wilson. And he was an interesting man. And you can see there's some really full, lush pictures with album art. But there's also a lot of great information about why a lot of the styles were chosen. Everything from the typeface to the colors. Most of them had political or corporate connotations, and everything was chosen. Everything that was done in terms of visual marketing and album art is all extremely deliberate by very thoughtful people. Like I said, Tony Wilson started it. He had Joy Division write their contract in blood. It's true. This is a very, very famous album cover. This is Joy Division's Unknown Pleasures. And you'll actually see it appropriated a lot today still on various t-shirts and things like that. Yes, kids today. And there's just every kind of artifact. This is the packaging for tapes for the band A Certain Ratio. Yes, so it's a very exciting book for real musical enthusiasts, and you'll see the kind of drama, and at the same time the kind of playfulness and irreverence that people had. You'll see a mix of high art with very industrialized elements, because that was sort of the way of things in Manchester at that time. You know, the past of Europe and the future of counterculture. So, in any case, if your friend is interested in that period in music, it's just a really fabulous collection. And all of these bands and designers became extremely influential, and most of them are still around working. So, and of course there's a certain degree of tragedy in the story, and you'll see that reflected in the visuals as well. Peter Saville was one of the main designers. He's very, very famous. This is an extremely famous album cover when New Order started to regroup. So, in any case, this is something that might be interesting to your friend. You think so? Okay, so I'll go ahead and put this in a pile. It's a great coffee table book. Yeah, it really is. So, okay. So, now, this is a bit of a silly choice. Okay, and so it might just be too wild. It's called Giraffes. Giraffes. It's fun to say it. Giraffes. Giraffes. It's extremely peculiar. You said your friend had some some somewhat strange tastes. So I thought this book is sort of a satire on the children's encyclopedias that used to go around, and you can see it's actually engraved or embossed, and the textures are really nice, so it's sort of set up to look like a very proper book for a very proper library, which I think is just so funny. So anyway, if you look through it, and this is just one of those books that you can have on your coffee table or keep in a guest room. This is from the How book series, which it's just all kind of a joke. And it has, even though it's published by Simon & Schuster, they talk about these sort of imaginary biologists that are apparently these people here. Dr. and Mr. Doris Haggis on Y, which sounds like a sandwich. But it has these very strange kind of infographics throughout. Different kinds of hooves and the top 5 most misunderstood animals, which are almost all frogs according to this book. So exactly, it's really nonsensical. It gets even more so, as you'll see. Here we have giraffes on an escalator to space. But you can learn some great things about giraffes. For instance, the horns on their head are called ossicones. Ossicones. Yes. And ossicones are made up of cartilage. And giraffes also have black tongues, but if you ever see the inside of a giraffe's mouth, you'll see that it's only black at the part that comes out, that they have to put out in the sun to get the leaves. Here's some giraffes wearing hats, apparently at this month's company picnic. It's insane. It's just silly. Yeah. But I think that the ossicones help keep their hats on their head. So anyway, their tongues stick out, and only the parts. Oh, here's a timeline. Important moments in giraffe history. The part of the tongue that stays in the mouth actually stays nice and pink. It's just the part that sticks out that's black to protect from the sun. I didn't actually learn these giraffe facts from this book. I just like giraffes a lot, and one time I got to feed a giraffe. Yeah, I did. I got to feed a giraffe with my hand. I gave him lots of leaves, and I saw his tongue, so I learned. His name was Chioki. Yes, he was a very nice giraffe. Yes, he had very nice ossicones. Here you can see, apparently this giraffe went to the Hard Rock Cafe. Who knew? So anyway, you can take a look at this book if you want. It's so very silly. This is a log of some of the best looking giraffes. Look at this one. He is apparently named Marcus. He's from Hotlanta. And he's good at fighting crime and vacuuming. This giraffe, Marcus, apparently. And he has very lovely ossicones. Anyway, you might enjoy this book, and I think your friend might. I think they're somewhat rare. I haven't seen a lot of this series around, so you might think about giraffes. Giraffes. Okay. It's a weird one. I took a risk, yeah. Okay. You want it for yourself? I think you should do it. I think you should get it for yourself. Yeah. Okay, moving on. You mentioned your friend liked Mad Men. This is such a cool book. It's a collector's book. And this artist, Dynamo, she's done these wonderful renderings of some of the most iconic moments from the show. And you can see it on the back. It's a mad, mad world. And you can see some of the great characters. Roger Sterling. He's so funny. He's so funny to me. And Peggy at her typewriter. And this is Pete, who I think is just a hoot. He always says, Pete, his character, he always says, a thing like that. It's funny. A thing like that. That's what he says when he's perplexed. So, and Dawn with his cigarettes. Betty and Joan, who's everyone's favorite because she's so beautiful. Yes, she's outstandingly pretty. This is very much in the same sort of spirit as the Giraffes book, though. It's quite silly. Mad Men is at times quite serious, but it's also quite funny. And it has just all kinds of tips, like things every secretary needs to know. And they are sort of, again, it's quite satirical, because it's giving the kind of advice that women may have actually been given in that era. So, but it has all these cool things, and like this is a guide. The office emergency accidental foot amputation. There was an episode, spoiler alert, a long time ago, where someone got his foot run over by a lawnmower. So this is telling you how to deal with such a thing. Pete would say, a thing like that. Anyway, it's quite funny, this whole book. Again, there's lots of advice for secretaries, for businessmen, and it's all quite funny, and it does recreate scenes from the actual book. This is like a newlywed supper for two. So this is supposed to be Trudy and Pete having their dinner. And they have actual recipes and food. At this period in America, home cooking was so gross. And so everything is like butter and sherry cooking sherry and everything. And they make fun of it a little bit, but they're still real recipes. And of course, drink recipes with little Sally serving up the drinks, because why not? So it has just all kinds of things that any Madman fan would be interested in. But also it has art, you know. Every page is beautiful, and it has this really kind of period perfect art. So, and of course it has sort of a lot of references to the era. So, this is like an election night party between two very familiar looking politicians here. And it has all of these great scenes. So I think as an artist, your friend might really like it. You think so? Yeah. There's hangover remedies. Information about divorce. And just a breakdown of even different hairstyles. Yeah, which your friend might not be so interested in. But they're actually quite funny. Shows what the process of actually making these hairstyles was like. And it's true. If you've ever tried to do a bouffant, which I don't think you have, but you have to really like ruin your hair to do it. So anyway, so that's the Mad Men book. Yeah. Okay. And just a couple more. This is one I'm really excited to show you. So you mentioned your friend is a big Alien fan. I am too, yeah. So this is a pretty rare book. It is Giger's Alien. And that actually, we just lost Giger recently. Yeah, he passed away. So it's kind of a nice time to think about some of his work. And you can really see the detail here. Some people have said that Giger's work is very referential of human anatomy. And I think that that's what makes it so frightening, because there's really something horrific in the familiar sometimes when it's perverted or changed around. Yes, kind of like the uncanny valley. It resembles us, but it's not us. So I think that's where Giger came up with a lot of his inspiration for the Alien series. Now this book, it details everything, okay? His experience starting of his design all the way to what the movie sets and what the characters looked like. So you'll get all these really dark pictures And they show a lot about the genesis for his ideas. For instance, so these, of course, have become such iconic images. So to see them from the beginning, from the point of conception was, well, it's very, very cool. And I think for someone interested in art and design, it's a winner, yeah. And again, it's in this really nice hardback. Sorry, it's a little squeaky. But it also has notes from lots of different people involved in the production. It has pictures with some of the actors. I really like the part about the landscape because you can just see a level of detail trying to make both the characters and the landscape seem alien. Yes, because Giger really wanted to create an entire alien environment. You know, it wasn't just these creatures that were so compelling and terrifying. So anyhow, it goes all the way through set design and construction, effects, all of that. So I think to see some of it side by side, you know, the art and also how it really turned out. It's just very cool. Yeah. Okay. So that is Giger's Alien. And I'm a big fan of this one. And this is the only copy we have. So, yeah. Okay. Now, the very last thing I wanted to show you is not just a book, but some of the things you mentioned about your friend made me think of it. This is Vertigo's tarot set, and it's just a very collectible item. It's a deck of tarot cards as well as a book. Would you like to see it? Okay. So, and it comes in this great package. Okay. And the illustrations are by Dave McKean. Yes, he's very famous. He's worked with, oh, it's falling apart. He's worked with Neil Gaiman. Yeah, Gaiman, I never know, but he is fantastic too. So, so the cards are here. They already fell out, because they wanted, I guess they wanted you to see them. So, you can see it is this really cool box. Even the packaging was designed by Dave McKean. So, okay. And this also opens up, which is so neat. And there's a book inside. So you just lift it out. And the quality of the paper, yeah, you can feel it. Yeah, it's so nice. And it's got these really lovely gold elements. So this is the book which has all of the information about divination, the major arcana, the minor arcana. So this will help you to interpret the cards. Exactly, yeah. They are both very famous for their work on Sandman, which in my opinion is the best comic series. It's just phenomenal. And everything fits right back into the box. And so the cards, you can open them and they are really beautiful. And there's a full tarot deck, so if you actually want to use them for tarot purposes, you can, but they're just so beautiful. And I've actually heard of people using them as art. They take some of the classic tarot figures are shown as characters from the Vertigo universe, and it does have all of the suits, the wands, the cups, the swords, and pentacles. And I just think it's wonderful. So you'll see that they're all very stylized. And it's just such a cool collection from a standpoint of art. And of course, this is art that's meant to be used, which, as I said, is sort of how I see design. So, this is a good one. This is Death, the Death card. And you'll see it's actually the Sandman's Death character with her pretty iconic eye makeup. Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of feel them too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they're pretty neat. Okay, so this is maybe a less traditional kind of gift. It's maybe not exactly what you were thinking of, but it's such a cool collector's item, and it's very, very rare. Yeah, okay. So, were there any books that you wanted to kind of spend some more time with? You think you know? Okay, so why don't you go ahead and tell me which ones you're interested in? Okay. So you'll take the giraffes book for yourself. Okay. Yeah, well then you can come back and talk to me all about giraffes. So, yeah. Okay. And you think the tarot gift is... Oh, perfect. He is a fan. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Dave McKean has done a whole lot. So, and we also have, various children's books and things that the two of them have written together, which are so cool. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to slip these back in here. And like I said, they can fit right in there. So and I can get this all wrapped up for you. Okay? Yeah, no, they're all labeled. It's very nice. So, okay, so the giraffe's book for you, the tarot for your friend. Okay? And was there anything else that you thought maybe you like the Giger? Yeah. I think you'll really get a kick out of it. Yes, it's a little bit sinister, isn't it? Okay, so we're gonna get the tarot. Okay. Sorry about that. Slippery. The Giger. And then for you, we'll get giraffes. Okay. I think this is the best book we have. Okay, great. So we'll get this all packaged up for you, and I can meet you out front. Yeah, just over there at the cash register in just a couple minutes, and I can get these ready. Okay. It's been a pleasure talking to you too. It's actually been super fun. So please do come back, and I think that this would be just a great gift. So you too. You're very welcome. Okay. Yeah. Okay.